and we're here in the United States of America in the state of California for round 2 of this 10-week championship, and we're at the Grand Valley Highway 1. Not a particular fan of this track, but doesn't mean to say we're not going to see some great racing from these guys. And if you remember last week, the start of race 1 and race 2 was, let's just say, very interesting. So I have been informed that the guys have got it together rather for this particular round, and I don't think we're going to see any shenanigans on the first few corners of this track, but we'll see how it goes. So then, we've got a good grid, and before we go to the grid, I'm just gonna have a little bit of a thingy here, because we was asking the question to our pole sitter, which is Tiddy Milk, for this particular race. What does he do to clear his head before the race and put himself into a chill zone? So apparently he's a bit of a book reader, and I said, okay then, so what you're reading at the moment? So he's reading a book called African Elephants Are Bigger in the Summer. Don't know about you, it sounds a bit saucy to me. But, he didn't actually tell me what the book was about, but he did go on to say that he reads a different book before every round of the championship, and the next book that he will be reading is Debbie Does Dave. So sounds very interesting. But so that's the way Tiddy Milk puts himself in the chill zone for the races. So then let's take a look at the grid for race 1 of 2 then here in California. And there he is, Tiddy Milk in the Ford on the pole position. Second place goes to Brian in the Merc. Down into third we have Rossi also in the Merc. IQC in the Ferrari 458 occupies 4th position. 5th place we have Shadow in the 911, followed by Grahamid in the R8. After him, in this very psychedelic graphical car, we have Flat B in the excuse me a moment, with the headset's just fallen off my head. In the Flat B is in the 650, he is in 7th position. Shameless Cash in the BRZ in 8th. Who we got next? Where am I? I'm lost. Oh yes, Bish in the M6. Then Rick Dubb in the Merc, followed by Rufus in 11th place in the M6. Down to Silverback in the 650S in 12th position. In 13th we have Slowpoke in the Citroen. He's who's that behind him? We've got Aid in the Genesis, and in 15th place we have Pablo in the 911. So there you go, guys, that's the grid for race 1, and we'll see how we get on. So let's go to normal camera view, get this one underway. Let's see some highly entertaining, highly professional racing from these guys, and we are off. Looking good so far. Round the first left-hander. Hang on a second, have we had a bit of an off back there? 1 little second, something's gone off at the back. Right, it's got to go back, guys, and have a look at this one, because oh, there we go. Was that Bish having a little tap into the back of, look, Slowpoke got an excellent start, didn't he? Made quite a few places there, and oh, wall up there from Bish. Oh dearie me. Well, we did say the racing was going to be a bit more professional this week. Unfortunately, not quite sure if Bish just forgot to hit the brake pedal or what there, if he had some sort of brake malfunction, but he did wait. And it doesn't look like we're going to get a safety car either, so there's the first, what's the word now, can't get it to car number 1, well let me, there we go. So let's go back to normal camera view. Brian Moncalmi then, looking good for him at the moment, who started this race in second place. Obviously he went past Tiddy Milk. Tiddy Milk's having a great battle with IQ. So it looks like the top 5 actually looking to pull a bit of a gap away already. And the start of this race, 14 laps. Everybody's going to be on the racing soft compound for this one. Nice view there over the bridge. Tiddy Milk back in contention now with Brian. Oh, looks like he's going to go through. A little bit of a love tap there, no biggie, and it takes that first position. Yeah, so pretty good pass there from Tiddy Milk. Brian under pressure now from IQ. So no let up for Brian at the moment, as there is really feeling it from these top runners. Oh, so nice and early into the pits. Oh, very early. In fact, there should be nobody coming into the pitch really, unless he's got some sort of a mechanical issue. Rossi doing pretty well in 4th. There's not many places on this track where you can really kind of get going. You sort of get going, then you're back on the brakes once more. There's a lot of tight turns on here, and yeah, not a favourite, but there we go. Shadow in 5th, Muhammad Ali in 6th position. So he's in the same position which he started on the grid, so I think he'll be a happy chappy so far in this race. He's got a nice little gap between himself and Pablo in 7th position, with Silverback hard on his heels. So I'll take a look. There's the gap between them two, nothing whatsoever. Still a bit of lag going on Silverback's car, unfortunately. Not over bad at the moment. I think it was particularly bad last week, but hey ho, one of those things. Bish now on the charge with Slowpoke just sat behind him after his yes, his little bump earlier. So no worries for Slowpoke at the moment. The next guy behind him, and he's a fair bit behind him, and that is Flat B, currently occupying 11th position. He's got Rick Dubb after him in 12th. There's Rick coming into the tunnel. Rufus in 13th. Oh, after second penalty for him. Not sure where he's picked that one up from. Well, we got behind him, same as Cash and Aid in 15th place. We'll have a look at him in a second. Just watch these two guys, because Mr. Cash is on a bit of a charge. Not quite making enough ground yet, and Aid is currently in 15th on lap 3. Fastest guy on the track, 1:49.505 from Brian, is currently sitting in 2nd position. So then, back up your leader. Tiddy Milk has regained the lead, which is where he started on pole position. So he's going to be fairly happy with that at the moment. Not quite sure where I am on this track, it all looks the same. Oh, it does after you've had a few jars. IQC then really under the cosh at the moment. Doing Rossi's going hell for leather on him. Just IQC, no rest for the wicked. And there goes Rossi. So yeah, good pass. But he did put IQ under some real strain, didn't he? Not giving up the fight though. IQ fighting back, staying with him. So this is going to be a battle that continues, I think, throughout the rest of this race. Nice shot there with the sea. Very calm with the conditions here. Wind very low, very hot and sticky, which it usually is in California. Shadow, he's having a look and he's thinking these two cars in front of me battling it out, I can make a little bit of ground up on them, which might give me the opportunity in a lap or two to get a little bit closer and maybe make a pass, we'll see. So Shadow also on the charge. Mohammed then has always moved up another place. He was 6th last time we saw him, so he also is on it. Pablo pretty much on his own. It's a cool livery that, isn't it? Really like that livery. Beautiful, sir, beautiful livery. At the moment, rather, he's having a bit of a lonely race. I think Slowpoke wants to get a little bit closer, make friends with Pablo. Hopefully not too close for a friend. We don't want to be knocking each other off the track. Which Slowpoke does not do. He's a very clean racer, I might add. That's what he told me anyway. Just kidding, mate, just kidding. So as we pour ourselves another glass of wine, I'm just going to flick from Slowpoke in a couple of seconds. I'll come back to that little thing a bit later on. Brian Moncami then down into was it Brian that went into the pits? I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be down there all the way in 8th position. So that one's got me bamboozled. Maybe someone can tell me what went off there in the comments later on. That'd be cool. Bish, half a second penalty for him. Sitting in 9th. There's a few cars tonight, and they're having a bit of a lag. It must be the Californian heat. Who knows? Rick Dubbin 11th, Mr. Cash 12th. He's got Rufus still behind him. Lap 5 of 14. So next week, guys, there will be no racing. The guys are off on their jollies up into Scotland to see some other guys racing. So we've got a break next week, and the week after we are at Sardinia A, I think, for round 3, which is a better track. We like Sard. It's a nice track. Silverback. No problems for him at the moment. Nice and steady in 14th place. And Aid in 15th. So let's have a look at your front runners once more. Looking good for Tiddy Milk, eh? He's pulling a bit of a gap away, and he was using every inch of the track. He's even kicking a bit of dust up there, a bit of Californian dust. Ooh, now then, here we are. Here's a battle we've been waiting for. Well, it'll be a battle for a little bit because that penalty Shadow is carrying, that's going to do him no favours whatsoever. Unfortunately, has he got rid of it? He's got rid of it now. Then he's back on the charge once more. He's not lost too much of ground. Hopefully he can make that up and the battle will continue. So there's not a great deal of battles going off here in race 1. This could be one coming up shortly between Slowpoke and... Slowpoke got past Pablo, wasn't Slowpoke behind Pablo? Who knows? They'll have more idea than what I will. No, I think he was. And I think it might be too far to go back to have a look at the pass, unfortunately, but... I think Slowpoke will be more than happy currently with that one. Oh, here we go, we've got 3 cars in the mix. 3 cars in the pot. Pablo, Rossi and Brian. This is what we want to see. Some good old racing action. I wonder if Tiddy Milk up in first position, I wonder if he's doing a bit of multitasking and reading African elephants are bigger in the summer at the same time as racing. Who knows? Most women think blokes can't multitask, but I'm not too sure. Not had an on-board shot yet, have a on-board car thingy-majiggy. Here we go, let's go with Brian as he chases down Rossi for the first one. He's not right up the chuffer just yet, but he's not far off. Beans and curry sauce, Brian. Beans and curry sauce, mate. That's what... Oh, oh my word. Can we go back and have another look at that one? That was awesome. Let's go back a little bit more. Right then. So we was on board with Brian. Let's get a view from this. Or shall we go for... Sugar lumps? I don't know. Let's go for this one. And I look at that from that. I mean, that was a clean movement. That was a clean pass, but it was just... I'm going to have one more look at that, sorry guys, but it was that good. Let's go on board with him again. So here we are, approaching Rossi. It's early days in this championship. This could be the move of the championship come end of round 10. Doink, 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 through we go. Lovely jubbly. There we go. Hey. What can you say? I couldn't see anything wrong with that one. And I'll tell you what, it looked pretty good. So Brian now up into 5th on a charge. Rossi in 6th and Slowpoke's not too far behind him with Pablo in 8th position. We should have a point, shouldn't we, for pass of the round. The guy gets it, and that could be quite subjective, couldn't it? But I think I might have a little drink of the old vodka actually for Brian on that pass. So we're going to go with Tiddy Milk in a second or two. Then we're going to go down through the field. So, where is Tiddy? There he is. Can we see in his cockpit, see if he is reading a book or two? Don't think he is. Nah, he's fully on the wheel there. No books involved for Tiddy. Looking good. Fastest car on the track, 1:48.799. So there's Tiddy in first position. Second is IQ, followed by Shadow in third. So there's we'll call that a battle. It's close enough almost. Just a bit more curry sauce from Shadow, and he'll be right on the smelly end of IQ. So that's them two guys. Down into 4th position now, Grahamid. He had a good race, hasn't he? He started in 6th position, I think it was. Moved himself up into 4th. So it's looking good for him at the moment. Definitely over halfway through this race. Our next two then, Brian and Rossi. Another wee little battle that could be a little bit closer. That's them two guys. Slowpoke in 7th place, getting hounded down by Pablo. I'll stick with this one a little bit longer. I don't think Slowpoke will fancy Pablo in front of him with that lag. It's not excessively bad from Pablo's car, it's just a little wee bit. So there's 7th and 8th. 9th place we have Flat B. Let's have a look at him. Not seeing him a great deal in this race, so we'll have a bit of attention on his car. The guy chasing him down is Rick Dubb. And there's the gap between them two, not much. Quite surprised actually. I thought there might have been more battles going off on this particular track, but they seem a bit more spread out. There's the odd one or two going off, but I thought there might have been a few more. But it is a tricky little bleeder of a track, this one. it needs putting to rest somewhere. Probably make a good go-kart track actually. Rufus then in 12th position. So we've got a couple of guys in this race who also do the comms on the Sunday League, which is Slowpoke and Rufus. They've got their own channels. And we have 7 leagues running now, I think, on the Sunday Championship, which is really impressive. So very popular indeed. Silverback in 13th. Oh my word. Bish in 14th, who's having a bit of a skatey as well around the track. Looks like he's been drinking my vodka. Questions will be asked. And there's Aid in 15th. He's not that far away from Bish actually, so it's not a given yet for Bish to finish in 14th. I'm sure Aid will be giving it everything he's got until the end of the race to obviously get past him. Let's go back up with Tiddy. So he's getting on. He's about 3 miles in front of everybody else, and he is really loving this track. It'll be interesting. The next race is reverse grid, so it'll be interesting to see how far Tiddy can make his way through the field from the back in the second race. That's if he does obviously finish in 1st position, which at the moment it is looking very possibly like it. These two have been going at it for quite some time now, haven't they? IQC and Shadow. Hamid in 4th. Had a very, very steady race up through 6, up into 4th. And I think he'll be more than happy if he finishes there. Obviously guys, this is only round 2 of the championship, so put as many points on the board as possible. And that's what Hamid is doing right now, doing a great job. Kind of nice not to have anybody up your booty, putting pressure on you. You can have a nice, you can treat it pretty much as a, practice lap if you like. Although these two guys, Brian Moncami and Rossi, not all that far away from Hamid. Stick a bit of nitrous on the car and they will be flying. If only they wish. Sorry guys, no chance. So, Pablo. Has Pablo switched places again with Slowpoke? These two are driving me nuts. I'm sure Pablo and Slowpoke keep swapping places every time we bloody miss it for some reason. Obviously because watching somebody else we can't watch everybody at the same time, but it is quite annoying when you do miss a pass, unfortunately. Yeah. So then flat B with Slowpoke in his sights. Can he get him in these last few laps? It's possible. Probably somewhere between half a second and a second between them two. Rick Dub having a good race in 10th. So after our little bump in this race, not far from the start line, I wonder if we're going to get some more bumps in race 2. I hope we do. It's good entertainment for the people watching. Maybe not so good for the racers, but here's hoping for a bump or two in race 2. Mr. Cash, 11th. Like a delivery on his car also. Looks pretty cool with those lightning strike. Look at that, shines. Looks like he's even washed it. Have you washed it, mate? What's it now, about $40 or $50 for a wash? Or maybe he's washed it himself, who knows. Looks sparkling. Rufus in 12th with Mr. Wobble, Silverback behind him. Sorry mate, I'm just joking. So when we come round to round 3, I think we're going to pick another guy out of the grid just randomly and see what they do to chill out before the race. We had Tiddy Milk. We had a word with him and he likes reading his books before the race. We're going to pick another guy on round 3 and see what they do to chill out before a race. Not quite sure we're going to go with yet. They'll just be picked out of thin air. There's Aid. So 13 or 14. There's Tiddy coming to start his final lap, and there we go. On the final lap, we'll come back with you shortly, my son. We don't want to miss you going over the finish line. IQ in second, looks good for him. Shadow in 3, Hamid in 4th. Brian in 5th, Rossi in 6. Oh dear, Pablo, half a second penalty. Flat B will be licking his lips. Meanwhile, sat behind him, oh my word, battle going off at the moment. It's usually the case, isn't it, on the last lap where you want to see the first place guy go over the finish line to get some battle going off. Why couldn't you do this earlier, guys? I mean, dear me. There's Rick Doubleday really giving it to flat B, and Slowpoke is not all that far behind him, followed by Mr. Cash. Stay with this one a bit long. If we do miss Tiddy, we can always go back to him. We shouldn't miss him though. And look at this Rick Dub. Oh, he's really giving it in. He wants that 8th position off flat B. Slowpoke also. He wants to join the party. But the party's going to end fairly soon. Let me just go back at your leader, see where he is. Yeah, we better stick with him. So he's pulled the blinder, hasn't he? He has all Tiddy Milk from the off. I mean, he lost a place or two, didn't he, in the early? But it's where you finish what counts, and he is a very happy chappy. There we go. Well done to Tiddy Milk, winner of race 1 here in California, in the United States. IQC very happy in 2nd place, and Shadow on the 3rd position. That's your top 3 on the podium. Muhammad Ali had a brilliant race from 6th and brings it home in 4th position. And we've got Brian in 5th, he's a pass of the race. And we've got Rossi in 6th. Well then, Pablo after 2nd penalty. Will he hang on to it? I think he will. So 7th for Pablo, 8th position for flat B. Then we've got Cash, Rick and Slowpoke, followed by Rufus and Silverback. So pretty close finishes at the end there. Then we've got Bish in 14th, and Ade's going to bring it home in 15th position. So yeah, as it ended, quite a few guys were pretty close there over the finish line. We'll see you in a bit, guys, for race 2.